Welcome to Horrors Yet Unseen, the podcast where we assign each other horror movies to watch and then talk about it so our spouses don't have to listen to us go on and on and on about scary stuff they don't like. I'm Zach.
And I'm Steve. Let's talk about some scary movies. By the way, there will absolutely be spoilers in this show. Zach, how are you, buddy?
What's up, Steve?
What is the ups? Yeah, I'm coming off a week of what was I gonna say? I lost my brain and halfway through that sentence.
All right.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
I'm doing great, obviously.
Yeah, you're doing great.
I had a good week. Weird week, but good week. Everything's weird these days. It's 2024.
Uh-huh.
December.
It's the end of 2024. We're like 90. What is it now? We are 95% of the way through.
Yeah,
at this point.
This part of 2024 is weird because it's kind of like we know what's coming, but it's not here yet. And yeah. And by coming, I just mean like, movies.
Oh, definitely.
Sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely just movies, definitely.
Yep. Not the upcoming election or the TikTok ban or the grocery prices.
There's already been an election, man.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so, totally nothing with that.
Yeah, cool. Great. All right, cool. Great. Yeah, definitely movies. Cool.
Yeah, definitely movies. So this is the last episode of the year where we have picked movies for each other to watch.
Right.
And what is the next week's episode going to be all about?
Dude,
do tell, Zach.
It's the Turdies.
The Turdies.
Which is, again, it makes me smile and laugh every time because it's ridiculous. Next week we're gonna go through the Turdies. We're gonna talk about a bunch of different things, like most unnecessary horror movie of 2024. It's gonna be great. Goriest movie, best kill. And then Steve added a new category this week. Instead of running it by me first, it was best comedy horror. That's a new category.
See, the two reasons I added that.
Here we go.
Because you love horror comedies, and I love horror comedies.
Right.
The second reason was you had nine awards. You can't stop with 9. It's not an even number.
Okay.
You gotta have 10, buddy.
Here's the problem with that.
I got 10 little toesy woesies. You gotta have 10 little turdy wordies.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Here's the problem. You said turdy wordies, dude. What? Okay. Here's I can't even get past that. It's so ridiculous. You said turdy wordies. Okay. You toesy woesies and turdy wordies. All right. Fantastic. There are 16 awards that we're giving out now.
Yeah.
There were 15. There were 15.
What?
That's hold on. That's a nice number.
But there are 8. There are 8 categories. I don't understand.
Yeah, there are 8 categories, but
9 categories.
But some of them are going to be rated movies, like Letterboxd. We're going to go to Letterboxd and talk about the top movies on Letterboxd. We're going to go to Rotten Tomatoes and talk about the best and the worst movies on Rotten Tomatoes.
We are?
So there are technically now 10 categories that are our opinion, but then there are like some more factual stuff about what other people thought of horror movies. And total now it's 16.
Oh, I totally missed that somehow.
Yeah, that was definitely in the other note.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
See, but now that's an even 16.
Yeah, we have an even 16. 16 awards, by the way, is I don't know if the Oscars do that.
Well, so, I mean, like...
How many awards are there in the Oscars? I don't even know.
See, the only ones that matter are the ones that we assign, though.
Technically, yeah. The other ones are just like, I'm just talking about facts and who cares, whatever.
Right. Yeah, but those aren't really turdies.
those technically aren't. They would not be getting a Turdy award. Yes, I would
so
like
we
to
have
work
factual
with
information that we're giving out, and then we have Turdy awards. That's what matters.
And there are 10 Turdy awards.
Because those come from the heart.
The Turdies. Well, I mean, I don't know about the heart, but they definitely come from somewhere.
Definitely an internal organ of some kind.
And I would very much actually like to. I would like to get at least 3D printed Turdy award. I think that would be amazing. Because I mean, I'm not going to mail these Turdies to. I think it'd be weird to mail Turdies to
like the producers,
to the producers and the studios and the whatnots. Yeah, Turdy Wordies might be the new name.
Turdy
The Turdy Wordies. Yeah. That's at least the abbreviated fun way of saying it. Yeah. So yeah, next week, super excited about this year-end awards. Turdy Wordies. It's going to be great.
Nice.
It's going to be great. Yeah.
Yep. And I'm shooting to my plan is to release that on Christmas Day.
Oh, Christmas Day. Not the 28th?
Well, I mean, is that okay?
Do whatever you want. I don't care.
Yeah, I was just saying, I mean, I got to do something on Christmas Day other than sit there and open presents like an animal.
Come on. Yeah.
This way I don't have to pay attention to my family. I can just listen to us talking about things that I already know what we're going to say.
Okay. Well,
it's a service we provide to those who want to not listen to their uncle talk about things.
Got it. Yeah. Well, I mean, they could just simply turn on a Christmas horror movie. There are several.
Oh, we should have another category. Christmas horror movies.
Dude, you're killing me.
That's all right.
Yeah. All right. So the 17th or the 11th. At that point, if we go to 11, we have to go to 12 because 12 is a good biblical number.
Well, but these are horror movies that are usually not super biblical.
Okay, so then we have to go 13 because that's an unlucky number.
Right, but then that's unlucky. So you got to go all the way to 15.
Your logic, you freaking girl math over here, and I can't even.
Whoa!
I can't even handle this girl math.
Is really, really good, actually.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well,
I mean, I'm not a misogynist.
Let's move on and talk about something else. You freaking Turdy Wordy. Get out of here. Dude, 2 Evil Dead movies are in the works.
What?
2 Evil Dead movies are in the works.
One of them is titled Evil Dead Burn.
I know.
Is that like Evil Dead Burn? Like an insult?
It's definitely a Kelso kind of reference. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, Kelso.
Yeah, wow, that 70s show, dude. You know, good Travis Kelso.
Yeah, sure. Good guy, sure.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah. He's married to Mila Kunis.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah. What do you for now? Okay. Yeah. So I don't even know. Let's speculate wildly here. What do you think that the Evil Dead Burn movie is going to be about? Could it possibly be about fire?
About hell.
Okay. I would love for that.
Or like the Evil Dead, just like they stayed on the beach too long. Forgot their sunscreen.
Oh, forget the sunscreen. Yeah. You just get
sunburned. And that's
That'd be amazing.
Instead of using a grater and grating their calf muscle with the cheese grater, they're just going to drop them off at the beach without sunscreen, and they'll laugh maniacally as they drive away.
Mm.
The possessed person.
Got it.
Yeah, I mean I can't. think of
Then they'll die of sun poisoning.
Sun poisoning, exactly. Yes.
Okay.
They're allergic to the sun.
That's a slow
burn.
It's a slow burn.
It's slow because they'll be out there too long and they'll get a painful rash, the burn, and then it'll go away. But then 30 years from now, they'll have a melanoma that'll pop up and on their skin, and then they'll have to go to the doctor and get it cut off. And the whole time, the demon from the Necronomicon is just going to be laughing and laughing.
Okay.
See, wow. I'm here to provide some context.
Yeah.
bring it back down to reality.
And that's why I said let's speculate wildly. Okay, so I didn't. When you say a word like wildly, let's speculate wildly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that accounts for anything to be said.
Okay. Yeah.
The problem is that anything could be said,
So
and that's not entirely what I accounted for. That's cool. That's cool. I would like to see. I was thinking more non-melanoma. I was thinking more like, let's find out what the origins are of the Necronomicon.
Yeah. Well, there's multiple ones, right?
That's a great. I don't have a clue. How the heck am I supposed to know that?
I think it's Evil Dead. The army, the one where he is like sent back in time. It's like
Army of the Dead.
Maybe? Is it Army of the Dead? Okay.
The best one. That's the best one.
I thought Army of the Dead was the new zombie movie in Vegas.
No, that's
Army of the Dead.
Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness. There we go.
Army of Darkness. Army of the Dead is definitely the Vegas zombie movie.
Right,
yes.
right. Okay. Army of Darkness, right. Anyway, I think in that one they mentioned how there's like 2 or 3 Necronomicon. And
listen. Okay, well. Great. All right. Well, I didn't expect to get fact checked in this particular segment of the podcast, but fine. Whatever. Speculate wildly, Steve.
You said there wouldn't be any fact checking.
Yeah. Sorry. We're having too much fun in the last episode-ish of podcast.
So what's the other one titled? Do they know yet? Evil Dead?
I don't know. Well, let's speculate about what that one's going to be. That one's definitely Evil Dead Melanoma. Evil Dead Sun Cancer. What is like it's Evil Dead. If this one's Evil Dead Burn, then the other one is Evil Dead
Freeze.
Freeze, exactly. It's the complete opposite.
Maybe it's like Pokemon. They've got like Pokemon White and Pokemon Black, and like the different colors of like
Pokemon Red, games. Pokemon Blue, yeah, all
sure.
of that, yeah.
So maybe it's like Evil Dead. I don't know.
Red, Evil Dead Blue,
or Evil Dead Burn 2, the frying.
Yeah, the second degree.
Ooh, that's good.
Is it good? But is it though?
Good. No, it's good. It's great. It's not good. It's great.
Okay. Cool. I appreciate that. Yeah. So I pitched this idea out to Casey. She's not a fan of it, but let's be honest with ourselves. I'm a fan of it. Okay.
Let's be honest.
I'm a fan of it.
Okay.
It's not going to happen because I don't have an extra $20,000.
Aw.
But NBC is selling a Nosferatu replica sarcophagus. Okay.
Like the one used in the movie?
It's a life-size sarcophagus. Okay.
Wow.
And I thought, how amazing would it be? I told her this last night. This is the part that she wasn't jazzed up about. How amazing would it be to buy this sarcophagus, put it away in storage, and then when I die, be buried in this baller sarcophagus. Now, it's probably not EPA approved, but who cares about those jokers? I'm dead.
That's like playing the long game for a joke.
I know.
Really long game.
I know. And I thought it'd be great. I told her, I was like, well, I mean, it's not gonna happen. I don't have $20,000.
Well,
and if we did and I spent it on this sarcophagus, I would expect, you'd be really upset about that. But
right.
If one of our fans decides to send to our PO box, fine. That's fine.
I mean,
gift us.
I don't have a second mortgage yet, so.
Okay, great. Oh yeah, that's why I said just one of our listeners. I wasn't expecting a Christmas gift from you, but
No, I meant for me. I wasn't going to give it to you.
Oh, you want me to buy you one?
Yeah. Or I was thinking also if you do get it for your eventual demise, then we could instruct the mortician to maybe like add some like fake fangs and make you look very Nosferatu like.
dude,
in your death.
I would 100%.
Then we have an opened casket funeral for you.
All I'm saying is that if you're thinking that I wouldn't buy a $20,000 casket and then also not hire on retainer and a world-class special effects artist to come in and do my makeup for my wedding
Awesome.
and deck me out in Nosferatu makeup and mask and whatnot, and then be buried, have a freaking vampire funeral. Oh my gosh, Steve.
We could like spring load the casket so like you sit up during the service.
Rigor mortis might have something to say about that. You snap my spine in half and my upper torso fly and I kiss my toes. But I'm dead. Who cares?
Fun fact, rigor mortis does go away after a few days.
And there it is.
You'll be floppy again.
I feel like this is the segment, this is the portion of the podcast where the star and the rainbow would fly over and it says, the more you know.
Stick around. You'll learn things you don't need to know.
Yep. So I'm excited about this idea. It ships in 56 days. So come on, that's not.
So they got to make it first, basically.
I can't imagine
intern.
They definitely have to make this. This is not they got a couple sitting on the shelf here. You know?
So it's technically a bed. It says sarcophagus bed.
Yeah.
So they have one photo on here. That's what I mean. Come on.
I know.
I want to see the whole thing.
If you want more info, you can email
your life.
If you want more info, it says you can email nosferatu.bed@focusfeatures.com. So if you wanted more pictures, you probably could get them. But
so it actually is the size of it's a custom fit mattress. 36 inches wide, 100 inches long, roughly. All right. Well, frequently bought together. I don't think so. I don't think anybody's buying this.
Frequently bought together is a knit beanie, because who doesn't want a knit beanie that says Nosferatu on it? And then also a long sleeve tee, I think. $20,064.90.
I mean, it's worth it just to get the hoodie.
It's worth it just to get the hoodie.
Well, unfortunately, I can't get that for you for Christmas, but I'll do my best.
That's fine.
Have you seen? Huh?
I really want it. I think it'd be great.
I mean,
it's not going to happen though, and that's fine. It's one of the major bummers of my life.
That's amazing. But we still have hopes of getting a sarcophagus popcorn bucket, right? Do you have any hopes of that?
Getting the Nosferatu popcorn bucket?
Yeah.
I very, very much want to get the Nosferatu popcorn bucket. Yes. I have more hopes because I think that, it's coming out on Christmas Day.
Right.
So I think that if I go to the movie on Christmas Day, the chances of me getting one are probably good.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows?
Unless they send like 2 to every theater or something stupid.
Listen, movie theater popcorn bucket makers, stop it.
Right.
Knock it off.
Don't stop it. That's the thing.
No, don't stop making popcorn buckets. Right, but stop sending limited quantities.
Right.
Knock it off. Right. And stop with the, AMC gets this and Regal gets that. Shut up. Make one for everybody and stop. Don't be dumb. No more exclusive crap. I don't want it. If I want to be able to get it, I shouldn't have to drive an hour to an AMC to get something because some corporate white suit was like, "Oh, we need to blah 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 blah." Anyway,
it was good. Anyway, have you seen the trailer for 28 Years Later?
Okay, confession: I've never seen any of these movies.
Okay,
so I'm not as excited. I did though find out that that's not Cillian Murphy in the movie trailer. I did see the movie trailer. Yes. There is, in a blink and you moment kind of miss it, where like a zombie kind of rises up out of the field. And everybody paused and was like, that's Cillian Murphy. It's not. It's some other dude, some other actor that actually looks specifically like that. Like, he looks like that. He might have a condition. I'm not too sure. I didn't do extensive research, but you know,
Is he in the movie?
Killian.
Yeah, I assumed
He's at
he'd
least executive. What I've heard is that he's at least executive producing the movie, which doesn't mean a thing. He might not be there. But he also might have another unlisted role. My guess is that they're being pretty hush hush about that particular.
Yeah, I mean, if he was in
spoiler.
it, I'd be surprised if he was a zombie. But I mean, I don't. So I haven't seen the first one. I've seen 28 months later, or weeks. Is it weeks? 28 weeks later. That's pretty darn good. That's a really good zombie flick. And it's pretty high intensity. I'm still trying to find a place where I can watch stupid 28 Days Later.
Yeah,
but
I think that's you and everybody
weirdness,
else.
Yeah, licensing weirdness, you can't get it anywhere unless you buy the disc, which, I mean, this isn't 1995, so.
Yeah, this feels like unnecessary shenanigans.
Stupid
So
lawyers.
we're gonna promote. The studio is gonna promote their newest movie that they want everybody to be genuinely excited for.
Mm-hmm.
But we have issues releasing on digital to streaming the original movie.
It's all wrapped up in like who's permitted to do what.
Listen, Steve, you know me, buddy. What am I gonna say? I don't care. I don't care about that. I don't care about licensing. I don't care about any of that crap.
I know you
get
don't
it
care.
done. You want people to be excited about your movie, so they're at least for the premiere, they're gonna want to watch the first one and the second one, and then go to the theater and see the third one, right? Like that's probably a normal kind of thing that happens. Movie theaters might want to do an all-day experience where you come in the morning and you watch the first one, and then at lunchtime, and then you watch the second one, and then it's lunchtime again, second lunch because you're a hobbit. And then you watch the third one in the evening, and it's an all-day experience. But we can't do that because the freaking white coats are like, blah, 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 blah.
Well,
white
apparently
coats,
they have
like
said,
red coats, because I'm British.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I said white coats instead of collars. It's fine. Whatever. Keep moving.
They have said that they are Sony or whoever. They are going to be re-releasing it on digital before the movie comes out. So
I just think that it's purposeful. I think that they're purposely it's unnecessary shenanigans. They know what they're doing.
Yeah. So whatever. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing it. But
yes, I've never seen any of them. I don't know why. I missed the train on that deal.
Yeah.
Didn't have my ticket for the Polar Express, and I couldn't get in. I don't know.
28 weeks later, they're all. I mean, that it's a standalone movie. You don't have to. I don't know if it follows directly after, but
yeah. But
anyway, it's good stuff.
If we're gonna go completist here, I gotta watch the first one, then watch the second one. I can't watch the second one and then go back to the first one like an idiot. Can't do that.
That's true. I mean, you don't want to be an idiot.
Yeah, come on. That's life motto right there. Don't be an idiot. That's what Michael said to Dwight, dude. Change his life. That's what he said.
Don't do anything stupid.
They were sitting in the car at David Wallace's house. Did I say anything that changed your life or whatever? And he's like, don't be an idiot. You told me that on my first day. Changed my life.
I think of a thing a stupid person doing, and if a stupid person would do it, I do not do that thing.
Yeah, that's Dwight Schrute.
Right,
dude.
right.
Yeah.
So you put in here that there's a new poster for The Ritual.
Okay. This poster is the definition of, I don't know what the heck this movie is about, but I look at the poster and go, I'm in. And so often, now it's clearly about some exorcism, right? Like that's really what the movie's probably about to some degree.
Which is your favorite kind of movie?
Definitely. Listen, I want you to know that if Russell Crowe's in this movie, I'm buying a ticket today. If Russell Crowe's not in this movie, I will never see this movie. I'm boycotting it, actually.
I'm frustrated that they're putting out another horror movie with the title The Ritual. This was 2017 movie is fan freaking tastic. And you go add another movie. It's gonna it's namespace pollution is what the term is, and I'm not here for it.
All right, how about this? What would you call it? Based on the poster and the fact that Al freaking Pacino's in it. Okay.
Scent of an Exorcism.
The Scent of an Exorcism. Wow, that's it, folks. We're wrapping it up. We're closing it out. Season 1. That's it. Take it easy. See you guys later. Bye.
Say that was great, my little priest.
Yeah, that was good. Wow, that was really good. Scent of an Exorcism. I like that. Okay. Wow.
Oh no! Say hello, my little crucifix. That's what he should say.
Say hello. If he doesn't say that in this movie, yeah. I'm gonna ask for my money back.
It's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
It wins the most unnecessary film of 2025.
It definitely, yeah. If Russell Crowe's not in it, Russell Crowe plus Al Pacino in a Exorcism movie,
yeah,
dude. Oh my gosh. And also, Al Pacino's like 700 years old. He is Nosferatu at this point. He is Nosferatu. Brother just had a baby. The dude just had another child.
What?
He's 4 million years old.
Boy. All right. Well,
that's crazy to me. Anyway, so I don't know why he need. Also, it's Al Pacino. Why does he need to be in another movie? Maybe like SAG insurance. I'm not talking about his age when I say SAG. I'm talking about talking about like
Guild.
Screen Actors Guild. Yeah, maybe that's why he has to work a certain number of a certain amount in order to still get his insurance because he's stupid old, whatever. 600,000 years old. Yeah. I feel like Dan Stevens probably going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting as far as the acting is concerned, because I can't imagine
also physically.
8 billion year old Al Pacino's great still. Now I'm just beating it apart for no reason. Anyway, I saw the poster and I went, this is a great poster to get me excited for the movie. But it could possibly be downhill from here, because so often movie posters will genuinely let me down.
Right.
That's how it's basically how I chose almost all of my October movies. Every single one of those were terrible. So, yeah. Yeah. Anyway. We could talk about the final films next week. I don't know why I put that down here.
Oh,
but Demi Moore, you wrote down that Demi Moore, got some news about her.
Yeah. She's nominated for Best Actress for a Golden Globe for The Substance.
She deserves to win that award.
She was freaking amazing.
She was the best part of that movie.
Yeah.
Her really acting, especially when she like no hair, goat legs looking Demi Moore is like running down the hall. Like, that was some crazy, like, it was comedic, but it was also brilliant.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I noted it because it's so rare that we have horror movies that are like noticed by the big award places.
Right.
In a long time.
Right.
Like, I think like Silence of the Lambs won a bunch of stuff. Right.
Right. But
since then it's been, we have amazing performances by like Toni Collette in Hereditary, etc., and like just ignored. I don't know why. Stupid Hollywood.
You know what it is? It's a bunch of white collars being like
a bunch of white collars with their white coats and
friggin' white coats, dude,
and their white asses. I mean, faces.
Wow.
I'll bleep it out.
Couple of whiteys over there, dude. Can't even.
All right.
Can't even.
You had a game.
I do have a game for you. Yeah.
Hit me.
All right. Anyway, that so I was on the TikToks and I saw this thing and I thought it'd be fun to do with you You do not know what's coming. So this is rank these movies without knowing what's coming next. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to give you 5 movies that you have seen in complete random order, and
Okay.
you need to tell me, you need to rank them 1 through 5, 1 being the best, 5 being the least out of the 5. And it should be fun.
What's the game?
That's the game. Rank these movies without knowing what's coming next.
Without knowing what's coming next.
Yeah, I'm gonna give. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go down one at a time.
Not like on which kind of what like like I like them or they're good or bad or.
Yeah, you're ranking these movies.
Okay, well, it's just checking checking.
Well, how hard is this?
Rank it on like the best movie or the worst movie or the most people with the brown hair or
no. All of these movies you have given a 5-star rating to on Letterboxd. Okay. That's the caveat. All of these movies, speaking of, watch that episode. It just came out. And by just came out, I mean like at the time of this recording.
5 a.m. this morning.
So yeah, rank these movies without knowing what's coming next.
Okay.
The first, and they're locked in. So once you say this is number 1, you can't be like, oh, well, I got to move it around. No. Don't be being a white coat here.
Okay.
Late Night with the Devil.
Okay. Okay.
Give me a number.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. You got to give me a number. Got to lock it in without knowing what's coming next. 3. Okay. Get Out.
2.
I mean, 3 is pretty conservative, and you're not making any giant stretches here. Ready or Not.
4.
Long Legs. It's either a 1 or a 5.
It's a 1.
It's a 1. Okay. That leaves the last one as a 5. Midsommar.
Okay.
So your order is Long Legs, Get Out, Late Night with the Devil, Ready or Not, and then Midsommar. Are you happy with that?
I mean, I feel like there's a trick question here, but
no, there's no trick question. It's just fun. It's just fun.
No, I think that reverse that.
Reverse what? How do you reverse a 3?
Well, no, like that's that. I'm answering the question. What are your top 5 movies ranked in opposite order?
Got it. Okay. Got it. You just flip them all. You flip them all.
That's fine. Either way, it's good.
Great.
Cool.
So there we go. There was the game. That's it. It's just
did I win?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you didn't win. I didn't get you a sarcophagus, but
man,
I'm sorry.
See, I think I might actually swap around. I don't know. Ready or Not. Those are all good. I mean, that's probably a reason I ranked them all pretty high.
That's what I'm saying. All of these are rated 5 stars on Letterboxd by you. So I knew that there would be a difficulty in.
Yeah, boy. It's tough.
Well,
what would your of those 5? What would your ranking be?
So I'm putting Long Legs and Midsommar as 1 and 2. I'm gonna go probably Long Legs 1, Midsommar number 2.
Okay.
Then I'm probably gonna go Get Out, Late Night with the Devil, Ready or Not.
Yeah.
That's probably my top 5 because Ready or Not, they're all great movies.
Mm-hmm.
Ready or Not is more fun and quote unquote lighthearted than Get Out or than all of the other ones. All of the other ones are very hard hitting movies. Yeah.
I also, yeah, those are good. Oh, I heard there's going to be Hereditary or Not 2 coming out.
Yeah, Samara Weaving
not
is
sure when, but
reprising her role. And
cool.
And I believe Radio Silence, I think it's Radio Silence, are the directors again. So I'm because I knew that they were bringing her back. I was very curious as to what they were going to do, because it seemed like a one and done kind of movie. And then they were like, "Hey, we're going to do a second one. Okay, maybe we'll do an origin story." And then they were like, "Nope, we're bringing back Samara Weaving." And I'm like, "Well, crap, I don't know what that means then."
Well, it ended with her, like, now she owns all that stuff.
Does she?
Well, yeah, she was married to the guy, and she's the only person left to inherit it. So I assume that she inherited the entire, like, fortune and everything. Mm. And I'm wondering if there are other people around who have done the same selling their soul thing, and that she's got to deal with them, like extended family or like business associates or...
Yeah, see, that's the thing, is that I just don't know how they wouldn't make the same movie again.
Right. That's tricky.
I don't know how they would.
Like the Talk to Me 2. I don't want them to make the same movie again.
Yeah.
You know?
It's difficult. That's why I think that some things are just better left kind of untouched. But also, that is probably speaking to my level of creativity. It's also
right.
It's also yeah. It's also speaking to my level of hurt when I trust directors and I trust screenwriters with, a sequel, and it's the same freaking thing. It's the same movie, just again. And I think that's why maybe like Alien Covenant and Alien, the other one, Romulus are not Romulus. Alien Covenant and the what was it?
Prometheus.
Prometheus are better movies as sequels than Alien Romulus, because Alien Romulus is just Alien.
Yeah,
it's just the first movie again,
but it's a better version of the first movie.
It's a better version of the first movie, technically, or maybe better set. It's a better second movie. It's a good continuation of the story, but it's not as good as Covenant. Like, because we're going full back in time at that point, or is that fully in the future? Man, I get those two.
It's all in the future,
past and present. I get those two confused all the time. It's crazy.
The past is what's happened already.
Oh, okay.
And the future is what's going to happen.
Oh my gosh, dude! No way.
That's it's the easiest way to think of it. Yeah,
dude. Hold on, I got to clean my brain up off the floor. You blew up my head.
I'm sorry.
Blew my mind. Anyway. All right. One more thing before we get into what we watched last week, or our movies, or whatever the next segment is.
Okay.
Next, so since this is the last assigned movie podcast we're doing of 2024, season 1, I wanted to get your take on your top 5 most anticipated horror movies of 2025.
Okay.
So, what are you excited to see in 2025?
Of the ones I know of, I'm sure that there are more out there, but
I actually only wanted to hear about the ones that you are unaware of.
Oh, okay. Well, that's going to take a little bit longer.
Okay.
But my most anticipated ones of 2025 are Long Legs, Get Out, Late Night with the Devil, Ready or Not, and Midsommar.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry.
We freaking just did that, bro. Like,
I know. Okay, they are in no particular order.
Look, dude, turdy wordies, man. I don't have a clue what's happening this episode.
28 years later.
Okay.
The Monkey,
Mm.
which just looks fan-freaking-tastic. Have you seen the trailer for that?
Dude, the trailer is bananas.
Trailer's bananas. Fear Street Prom Queen.
Okay.
I love the Fear Street movies. They're fun. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
Mm.
And Black Phone 2.
Black Phone. I still haven't seen Black Phone 1.
Yeah, it's good. Don't see 2 before you see 1.
I definitely won't.
But yeah, I mean, there's other ones that look good, but
got it.
I'm waiting for them to announce Short Legs.
They have to at some point. You would think that they would have to announce it. Maybe after the Monkey, like because I know that Osgood Perkins is directing Monkey, right? The Monkey,
right?
Or maybe he wrote it also.
Yes, to both.
And then, so yeah, maybe after
he may have written it. It's a Stephen King story.
That's what I'm saying. But he still wrote the screenplay for it,
right?
Right?
I think so.
Yeah. So yeah. So after that, then probably Short Legs. We'll probably get a Short Legs movie. So 2026, 2027. Look for that. It's gonna be great.
Yep.
Okay.
What about you?
Mine are in no particular order. Companion.
I don't know this one.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So Companion comes out January 31st, so right at the beginning of the year. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 comes out at the end of the year, December 5th.
Oh, Companion. What is that? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the gal from the Hereditary movie.
Mm-hmm.
What's it? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll have to look this up.
Yeah, it looks fantastic to me.
Yeah, really does.
The Monkey, February 21st.
Okay.
Pooniverse Monsters Assembled. Okay. This one is on the list, even though it doesn't have a date attached to it quite yet. So the Pooniverse movies we're getting 3 in 2025.
3? Wow.
3. We're getting, has Bambi already been released? We may be getting 4.
I don't think so.
Dude, we might be getting 4. I don't have a clue. Okay.
Okay.
We're getting Pinocchio Unstrung.
Mm-hmm.
Then a Peter Pan movie. I think Bambi is coming out. Then Pooniverse Monsters Assembled. And it's on there just out of curiosity. I had a good time watching Blood and Honey 2. Come on. You get all those guys on.
Peter Pan on the list?
Peter Pan. Yeah. Neverland Nightmare, I think is what's called.
Right.
Yeah. My 5th movie is M3gan 2.
Oh, really?
June 27. Yeah. It's mainly because I'm interested. Those last 2 movies are just because I'm very interested to see where they're going to go.
Okay.
Because I genuinely do not think that they need to exist. But sometimes the best things never existed. And now they do. It's how you got your iPhone. You got your iPhone because you didn't know that you needed it. And then all of a sudden, old Stevie boy was like, hey, we're doing a thing. We made an iPod Ultra and we're calling it the iPhone. And everybody was like, oh my gosh. That could be Pooniverse here.
That could be yeah.
Or, and hear me out, these could be some of the first entries of Smoking Hot Turds of season 2.
Probably will be, yeah.
They probably, the likelihood that they will be, yes. Yeah,
I still haven't seen Blood and Honey 2.
Dude, you need to see this movie.
It's amazing. Check it out. I mean, compare like the fact that the first one has 3% tomatoes, and the second one has 46. That's almost that's more than a 10x improvement.
I know, because the second one is actually significantly better. I had a good time watching it. Just flip that switch in the back of your head and just turn on the movie. It's going to be great. Okay. I have a couple honorable mentions because the list was just too big. Scream 7.
Right.
It did make the cut of my top 5, but hey, whatever.
Okay.
Even though Scream's my favorite franchise, I think it's kind of lost its way a little bit.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get it back in Scream 7. They Follow.
Yeah, that looks good. I mean, I don't know if it doesn't look good, but I'm excited about
it. It will look good. Let's be honest with ourselves. It will. They Follow. The Back Rooms looks very interesting to me.
The Back Rooms.
Yeah, I believe that this is based on the video game.
Oh, yeah. Back Rooms is one more. It's an A24 movie.
Yes, it's an A24. So obviously, slam dunk right there.
That's 2025?
I read that it was.
Cool.
Thanksgiving 2. Mainly because I'm very curious as to where they're going to go with it. Turns out Patrick Dempsey's alive the whole time. I don't have a clue. I don't know, people. Also, spoilers for the movie Thanksgiving. And then Ready or Not 2. Those are my honorable mentions. But top 5. Companion, Five Nights, The Monkey, Monsters Assembled, and M3gan 2.0 or whatever it's called.
All right. Exciting stuff. I mean, 2024 was a pretty awesome year for scary stuff.
2024 was awesome. Yep.
Yeah.
So awesome that we started our podcast.
Right? Dang. That's why it was awesome.
That's mainly why it was awesome. Right? They knew we were starting one. They were like, dude, we got to bring...
Hollywood's like, we better go back a couple years in time and like ramp up our game.
We're going to figure this out. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I vote that we go on ahead and review a couple movies.
Let's rock.
That sound good to you?
Yep.
All right. All right, I think I went first last time, so I think it's your turn, Mr. Zach.
All right, buddy. Okay. Steve, you assigned me the 2017 horror musical classic.
Right.
The movie that nobody knew needed to exist. The genre combination that you thought was weird when you pulled up to the drive-thru, but you were like, you know what? I'm feeling funny today. Let's roll with this one. And it turns out it's pretty freaking good. Okay. It's called Anna and the Apocalypse. Good. It's pretty freaking good. Yeah. This has a 77% Rotten Tomatoes certified fresh score. 63% positive audience score. No upturned popcorn bucket this time. 3.1 out of 5 on Letterboxd. 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb. The Letterboxd synopsis basically gives the movie away, and here it is. A zombie apocalypse threatens the sleepy town of Little Haven at Christmas, forcing Anna and her friends to fight, slash, and sing their way to survival, facing the undead in a desperate race to reach their loved ones. But they soon discover, this is already too long, but they soon discover that no one is safe in this new world, and with civilization falling apart around them, the only people they can truly rely on are each other.
That's way too long. It's like,
dude, it's so long.
Like,
it's
stop,
two
like,
paragraphs.
Right when you said that was long enough, that's the way they should have stopped.
Yeah, that's it. They didn't need that last part. So we've now entered the segment of non-spoiler reviews with that particular synopsis, because that's basically the movie in a nutshell.
Right.
Still trying to get better at the non-spoilery review. Here we go. Okay. I ran this by our friends at Gemini just to make sure that my grammar was good. You know, because I'm not trying to sound like an idiot. Well, you know, don't sound like an idiot. That's rule number 2, right?
Okay.
You've heard of like "Don't Tug on Superman's Cape,"
Don't
"Spit
spit
into the
into the
Wind,"
wind.
right? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anna, non or spoiler free review of this movie. Anna and the Apocalypse is a unique and delightfully bizarre blend of genres. Again, like I said, it's like pulling up to the drive-through. It's like this weird new combo that Wendy's is got. And you're like, what the heck is this? I'll try a Krabby Patty. That's cool. You know, you didn't know that you needed it until Wendy's was like, hey, try this out. Combining the zombie apocalypse genre and a teen musical. This is crazy.
It's like High School Musical, sort of.
It's one review did say this is like Shaun of the Dead meets La La Land, and I was like, time out. La La Land is a bit much, okay? That's not the combo that I would say. Shaun of the Dead, yes, it's very much Shaun of the Dead vibes.
Yep.
But I don't know what other musical I would put Shaun of the Dead with to create this combo.
Les Mis.
It's definitely giving Les Mis. Oh my gosh, dude. Okay. This British movie takes place this British movie takes a familiar premise and infuses it with catchy songs, some great dialogue that is just hilarious to me, and the movie has heart, Steve.
It does. It's had a lot of heart.
It's got so much heart. Like, there are parts of this movie that genuinely made me sad, like real sad.
Yeah.
This film follows Anna and her friends as they go throughout high school and also have the whole politics of high school and crushes and blah blah blah, all that stuff. And then also, the world is falling apart around them, not only in their high school but also the freaking actual world, because there's a zombie apocalypse happening.
Right.
And it's from the very beginning of the movie. Like, they're driving in the car and the radio's like, hey, this isn't the flu.
It's sickness.
There's a pandemic going on.
Right.
So the unexpected pairing of this like teenaged angst and zombies. Again, can't believe I've never seen this movie, and I don't know what was up my butt the first time I tried to watch this movie, but I'm glad I got through it the second time. It seems odd.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you could probably pitch this movie out to people and they would be like, what? Time out. That seems too weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that it does a really great job and pulls it off really, really well. The musical numbers are very well integrated. Like, they go from regular dialogue into these musical numbers and then back out of them very well. So it's not jarring at all. But the cast also delivers incredible performances. Both in like the way that they sing, like vocally and dramatically.
Yeah, they do.
It's probably not going to be for everybody. This film is probably not going to be for everybody, though I will say this. If you're smart, this movie's for you. Okay?
If you're a good person and you enjoy good things.
If you're a good person. Yes. Yeah. I wouldn't entirely say that if you like musicals and you also just so happen to like zombie movies, you might like this. But also, yeah, you should. Come on, you should like musicals in general.
Yeah, if you don't, then screw you.
Come on, exactly. Zombie movies, I'm gonna be honest with you, some of them are hit and misses.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that this movie has like this perfect blend of humor and fun and storytelling and heart and zombies and blood and gore and singing. And so that's my spoiler-free review of this movie. I don't really have a spoiler-filled review of this movie. Mainly because, much like last time, I genuinely want people to watch this movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to spoil it on this show. And, yeah, it's a freaking good movie.
I think one of the reasons I was just thinking about this yesterday, because we watched it at home as well, with the fam, and Christy, like I think I've mentioned this before, she doesn't like horror movies, but she does. She's okay with zombie movies for some reason, even pretty intense ones, because some category in her mind has assigned zombies in the category of so implausible that it's not scary.
Right, I understand.
So, and she loves musicals. So when we watched this, she loved it, absolutely loved it. And then, but I think one of the reasons it's so good is honestly, just like a lot of other zombie and other horror related stuff, it's not about the zombies.
No,
it's about the family, and she's, like parents and children and moving on and growing up and, all kinds of stuff that it's, and the zombie stuff is there as kind of comedic effect and, to move things along in the storyline and things like that. But it's really a movie about people, and there's lots of heart.
Well, I think at the very beginning of this movie, the movie is really about like change.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
So what better way to really show people the visual representation of like these emotional mountains that people are having to move and people are having to conquer than with the zombie apocalypse, because the entire world is changing. And that's a lot of the time the way that you feel maybe as a teenager when things are changing, is that your whole world is changing. Well, what happens if, like, what's the best representation of that visually? The zombie apocalypse, because the entire world changes at that point. And so I think that this movie does a good job of highlighting that stuff. Right. And this movie is not, it's not without its ridiculous songs. Some of the songs are a bit, and by some of them I mean like the Headmaster song.
Yeah, the Headmaster song.
Is like because he gets one song that's to himself. And I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is a ridiculous song. All of the other songs were pretty good though. Yeah. They were pretty good musical numbers.
I love the song like when they're walking to school and they meet up in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Because the funniest part of that, the whole thing is like they're walking to school and there's all this. It's very Shaun of the Dead.
It's very Shaun of the Dead.
Like all this zombie stuff's happening around her, and she's just so excited about like have the day and everything, and that she doesn't even notice it.
They both have their headphones in,
right?
And they're just singing a song,
dancing,
and they're dancing, and then they meet up in a graveyard, and they're just like, yeah, whatever. And then freaking Frosty the Snowman comes along, and he's a zombie, and like the fact that she decapitates Frosty. I didn't give hardly any time between the word spoiler and she uses the sawhorse to do it and pops his head off, and her friend is like, oh, like freaks out. But then also like the next scene he's like, that's a freaking zombie.
And she's like, nah.
And she's like, no, why are you being weird? And then they go to the bowling alley and the two dudes are like, how about some freaking zombies, dude? Like, they're so excited that zombies are happening. Like, that's crazy to me. And so it's just it was a fun movie. It was slightly ridiculous. But I mean, all the fun things in life are slightly ridiculous. And but this movie also, like, it got a little emotional. Like there were
Yeah.
some real parts where no spoilers here. Like there are just some real parts where, you know, people die and you're
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, it just pulls in your heartstrings, and you forget that you're watching a musical zombie apocalypse horror movie. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's pretty good. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. Definitely
Nice.
I would definitely buy the popcorn bucket. I
Yeah.
don't know what the popcorn bucket would be. I don't know what the popcorn bucket would be of this movie, because I slightly don't want it to be a zombie. Like, part of me wants it to be that candy cane that she is using to stab
Yeah.
zombies.
What if it was a very like a miniature inflatable pool where they had the ball pit?
Right. It could be that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that, yeah. I think this movie is great. 4 out of 5.
Yeah,
I would
a lot of
definitely recommend watching this movie. If you're bored on Christmas,
Yeah,
turn this one on. This one's fantastic.
It's great. Good for the whole family.
It's great. Well, I wouldn't say the whole family. It's pretty wild in some
it's
spots.
pretty gross, and
yeah. I will say this: one of the kills in this movie made me add it to a best kill nomination for
Really?
Next. Yeah.
Which
Spoilers: one of the zombies gets their head busted open by 2 bowling balls.
That was
Like,
awesome.
the guy takes the bowling balls and it's like wham, and you see the back of his head explode. And I literally paused and went, that was the best kill of this movie. That was the best kill of this movie. And I went, I have to write that down. So I literally pulled out my iPad and wrote that down in the notes.
There's a really good if you go to YouTube and search for like the behind the scenes on the movie, in Apocalypse, there's about a half hour, 45-minute thing. It's all in like chunks, like part 1, part 2, part 3. And in that, they show that scene when he how it's all practical effects, and they had like, he's like, it was like the one take they had. He's like, I hope I did this right, so I don't mess it up,
Right?
You know, and that the story behind the making of that movie is really interesting too, because the idea was they did a short film of it, and the guy who had the idea like ended up dying from cancer.
Yikes!
Right before they made the movie.
Oh no!
And so there was a lot of heart and like honoring him throughout the movie, and yeah, it's really cool. But it's great. I love it. To me, it's like it's going to be a regular on regular cycle through here on Christmas.
Definitely,
for sure.
Yeah, I just rated it. This movie, it's a 4 out of 5. It's fantastic.
Sweet. Well, let us move on to the next one. Sound good?
That sounds lovely.
So, Zach, have you heard of the movie It's a Wonderful Life?
I have.
Yeah. It's, people watch it on repeat. There are channels on, because there are too many channels. There are cable channels that show this movie on repeat nonstop for 24 hours during Christmas.
I'm fine with 24-hour Christmas movies because I'm fine with TBS showing 24 Hours of a Christmas Story.
There's that one,
yeah.
And this movie is so old that it seems like when I was a kid, this was one movie that everybody could show and not have to worry about the rights or something. I'm not sure.
Right.
But
it's a million years old. Yeah.
So It's a Wonderful Life is a movie that everybody knows, and they know how it works, and like Jimmy Stewart wishes he didn't exist, so he didn't, and he gets to see what the life was like without him.
Spoiler alert.
That is the problem with this movie. It's a Wonderful Knife. So, spoiler free first. This is a movie called It's a Wonderful Knife. Came out in 2023. Is that right?
Something like that, yeah.
And basically It's a Wonderful Life, but with murder. And a slasher. And the attempt to create a new like villain guy.
Okay.
And also Justin Long's fake teeth.
Dude, his teeth are wild in this movie. To the point where I'm like, I can't get over it. Every scene he's in, I don't know what he's saying because I'm just staring at his teeth.
Yeah. And Chrissy watched this one with me too, because I could tell it was going to be stupid enough that she would
Yeah. That was the whole point of me assigning you this movie, because I'm like, it's just goofy. This movie is it doesn't need to exist.
It doesn't need to
exist. Just goofy.
It's goofy. There are funny bits. It almost feels like a movie that's trying to be serious, but it ends up in the so stupid it's funny category. But
I know
it's almost so stupid that it's just bad.
Yeah. Yeah. It does walk a real fine line, and teeters back and forth between like, oh, this is a pretty decent movie. Oh no, this is not a good movie at all.
there are good bits of it, and there are bits that are like, why did they eat?
Yeah,
it's hard.
That is the phrase. Whatever you just exclaimed.
And like I said, this movie would have been better had I not ever seen It's a Wonderful Life, because I know it's going to work out in the end. I know everything's going to, whatever. It's going to be go back to the way it was, and she's going to learn a lesson or something. And so,
but wait a minute, time out. Isn't that every one of these types of movies?
Yes, it is.
No, everybody learns a lesson, and you did not say this about Happy Death Day, and Happy Death Day is basically the exact same thing.
I know, I guess. But Happy Death Day is good, though. That's the difference.
Well, that's technically true. That's technically true. Yeah, but if Happy Death Day ended with her not learning a lesson, she was still some, Sigma Chi Phi tsunami, whatever. If she was still that at the end of the movie, everybody would be like, what the heck was this movie? Also, if you're out there, directors, make that movie. Make the movie where nobody learns a lesson at all. That might be the most realistic movie ever. The most American movie that you could possibly make is where people go through hell and never learn their lesson.
Isn't like The Wolf of Wall Street?
Well, that might be. Well, let's not go there. Anyway, go ahead. Non-spoiler review.
So I will say, so Justin Long is in this. And
yes. Shout out Justin Long.
Absolutely. And Christy was watching it, and she's like, he's really gotten better. And so even the goofy part he played of like this, I think Christy said he reminded her of Donald Trump. I'm like, I think that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
Even the goofy jerky part he played, he did a pretty good job of it, the acting of it.
Yeah.
And I said, you should just see Tusk. And she's like,
dude,
Tusk is amazing.
Life. Tusk is amazing. She would definitely.
That's okay.
Tusk.
I will never ever mention the word the movie Tusk again, because it is a trash movie.
Oh my gosh, dude, we're gonna fight. You and I are gonna fight over this movie.
Anyway, and the other performances were fine.
You said that so reluctantly.
I feel like the lead character's hairdo could have used a stand-in, possibly.
Are you talking? Wait, who are you talking about with the hairdo?
The girl who gets unmade. Her wasn't born of her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Joel McHale is in it as well.
Yeah, that's true. From
all the great shows, and so there's. I'm gonna like. I'm not gonna worry about spoilers at the moment because just guys can't even. So it starts out, and like Justin Long, is this he's this killer guy, right? He's like what do they call him? Like did they have a name for him?
Who's the killer?
The angel of death.
Did you just spoil the?
I said I'm not worrying about spoilers right now. I'm
okay, not worry. Okay, Justin Long is the killer the whole time.
Yeah, he's the killer in the first one. So in the first bit, they like it's the whole. I want to build a thing, but there's like one family holding out, and which is just such an overdone trope. I'm like, whatever.
Okay.
There's only 1,000 movies about that, like Up, and all the other ones. Anyway, so
the other ones,
right? And the smoking man from X-Files is the lone holdout. I'm like, gee, I wonder if he's going to get killed by Justin Long, and he is. They're fighting him off, and he's got this mask on that you cannot see through. There's no way he can see through that mask. It's just a white piece of plastic. And I can't stop thinking when I'm watching movies like this. I'm like, how did they film that? Because how did they have this guy fight? Because he's got like an opaque mask on, and he's doing things, and like and so it takes me out of it anyway. So and he's got and he slices the dude's neck open, and my wife goes, he didn't get any blood on him because he's got this perfectly white outfit, and it's like completely pristine and clean, and
not one drop though.
And I'm like, well, the carotid arteries are, they're famously like just really slowly leaking blood out.
Yeah.
And you slice your entire neck across.
Yeah. I mean, anyway, shout out to the special effects team for angling the blood completely and totally away from.
Yeah. Well, I mean, later it's a pretty good, gory bit when it gets all splashed with blood. But anyway, so the killer goes on a rampage, and our main protagonist, I think her name is Winnie.
I believe so.
Which is a great name for someone who's on a bear. She ends up, her brother is about to get killed, and so first of all, she and her brother are like 30, and they're supposed to be in high school. Whatever. That's like the American thing to do. But he's about to get killed, and she uses a battery that's sitting there because, of course, everybody lights up their Christmas lights with a car battery. I mean, that's what I do. And she unplugs unhooks the clamps from the battery, and she electrocutes Justin Long, and with a car battery. I couldn't get past the car battery.
There's a lot in this movie so far that you couldn't get past.
And then, and so he dies, and then it jumped forward a year, and Joel McHale is her dad, and the whole family like ignores that happened, and she's all sad and whatever, and like, well, my friend died too, and Justin Long's brother is being a jerk, and she's like, I just wish that I was never born, and something about the Aurora Borealis. It was like, sorry, I'm all over the place. So it turns out she didn't exist, and so like she's seeing what the world was like, and instead of like Pottersville being made, it's like this Watersville place. It's like a casino sort of situation. And so she sees not like how many people she impacted, but how many people have died because she didn't exist. So in true Christmas fashion, she realizes who she has to murder in order for things to go back like they should be, which is, spirit of Christmas. And long story short, it's like all this stuff happens. And I guess she realizes she's gay, or she knew that or something. And this gal that she had the entire movie, everybody calls her weirdo. Suddenly she's like in love with her, and which is not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just out of the blue. And then the Aurora Borealis is up in the sky, and they're like, "Whoa, we never see that at this place," and nobody else notices it, I guess. But it starts to fade, and like her new girlfriend, the weirdo, like she spends an evening doing research, and she has like this like, the crazy string board on the wall, like all these things connected, and like, well, I just figured out that if once the aurora borealis goes away, then you're just gonna be like the way you were before or whatever, and it's like, oh, we gotta fix this before the aurora borealis goes away, and then and so how did they know that? And then it goes away, they fix it just in time, and then of course, why does the girl, the weirdo girl, why does she remember what happened? That's not right. I mean, nobody remembers but George in the original movie. Why does this one gal, like, suddenly she's special and she can remember? What's the deal with that? Answer me, Zach.
Well, there are mysteries in this life, Steve, that are... I mean, the aurora borealis acts in mysterious ways, is all I'm saying.
Well, okay.
And we don't know where it's coming or where it's going. It just shows up, and then we're like, oh my gosh.
You're trying too hard.
Listen, you asked for an answer. I pulled one out of my butt. It wasn't an amazing thing.
Well, either way, she fixes the problem by murdering a couple people.
As you do.
Which, it's an American movie. That's what you do.
Yeah, because that never happens in Korean horror movies. That never happens in Japanese horror movies.
You're right. But so I will say this: so tomatoes are 55 review tomatoes, and then 72 audience, because people don't know what's good, and then Letterboxd is 2.5 out of 5, and then IMDb is 5.2, and Google is 58%. So it's about mid-range. And so it's like, if you just turn your brain off and you're one of these youngsters of the generation Alpha or Zeta, and you have never seen It's a Wonderful Life, maybe It's a Wonderful Life is like a little bit more like interesting, but it's not good. I would give it a 1.5, just for because if you don't know anything about It's a Wonderful Life, and you don't pay attention to things that make sense, then it's it's like turn your brain off, and it's kind of a mildly interesting movie, but yeah,
but it only deserves a 1.5 out of 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing my wife's in the other room, because she'd be like screaming at me about how it's not worth any stars at all. But but by the last half an hour, I was like, can this movie just please be over?
The movie's only an hour and a half.
That's the best part of it. It's under an hour and a half. It's 87 minutes. Best part of the movie. So this is if one of the things I said during the movie, I said, this is exactly what would be the movie if Hallmark made core Christmas movies.
Yeah.
100%. It's like every other Christmas movie, all the tropes, all the lines you'd hear.
Yeah.
And then cheeseball murder with this one special knife that has no significance at all, but suddenly it does, or whatever. I don't know. Lots of things that don't make sense, but so it's like, this is a good movie to put on in the background while you're wrapping presents, because you don't have to pay attention to it, and at any moment you can pop into it, and you're right where you were. It's kind of interesting. There's a little fight thing and a little murder here or there, just to keep it interesting. But so if you like this movie, I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong. But I just will tell you that I disagree with you in at the coarse level of your being.
Got it. Okay. That's so passive aggressive.
Not that you care. But.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so, I'm glad that you enjoyed it.
It was like I said, the last half hour I just wanted to get over with. But,
how many 10-second skips did this movie have? Be honest.
I don't play that game. I don't do the game.
No 10-second skip. You just watch it. Okay. I'll take you at your word.
This one I just watched the whole thing through. No skips at all because I didn't want to miss something important. Zach,
Well, feels like
honestly
that's
it was
sarcastic
fine.
a
It
bit.
was kind of fun. I was there. Let me say 2 stars. I'll give it 2 stars. I'll give it 2 stars.
Don't no. The
No,
way that you feel
I
is
was
one
gonna
and a
say
half.
2.
Give it 1.5.
I was gonna say 2, and then I kind of got over excited about being mean to it, and then I said 1.5, but I'm gonna say 2. I'm gonna go back to 2. So
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad the movie's not garbage. That it's a movie.
Right, it's a movie, and it's a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, your mileage may vary, but I would encourage people to watch it if you have an hour and if you have 87 minutes, I should say, to waste, and that you'll never get back. Go for it.
Yeah, while you're wrapping presents.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than a lot of horror movies that I've seen. I will say that for sure.
I have definitely given you some real stinkers.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Real stinkers. I thought that this movie was just fun. This movie,
It was kind of fun.
But also I fully turned my brain off and didn't see any of that stuff that you were talking about.
If you can do that, do that. I mean, it's probably a fun movie if you totally turn your brain off. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm not saying that this is the best movie ever. And I'm not saying that this movie is worth its weight in gold.
This movie is worth an edible.
Not. It's worth
beforehand.
Right. This movie's worth probably an edible beforehand. Yeah. Right. That might make this movie Oscar worthy. Yeah. Because you'll just get fixated on, the aurora borealis of everything. Wow. Okay. Well, Steve, I think that's it for this episode.
Well, yeah, is it?
We're not assigning each other movies next time. Right. We got the Turdy Wordies next week.
Turdy Wordy. And
then we got a 2-week hiatus.
Right.
And we're back on January 18th. So
sweet, dude.
Yeah, this episode's coming out when? This episode's coming out the Saturday before
21st.
Christmas.
Yep.
All right.
So, yeah, thanks for giving me such good movies to expand my horizons of this year, That's what I hope to get out of this podcast.
I feel similarly? Question mark? The feeling is mutual? A little bit. And I say that because you did assign me the special, and then also I'm gonna send you
the special.
It's gonna go down in history as the fact that you assigned. Listen, I think if you go back in time and listen to that particular episode, you're basically begging me to watch it.
Well, I knew that by mentioning it, you would have to watch it.
Yeah,
but I didn't tell you to watch it.
That's basically an assigning. That's basically an assigning. Don't watch that movie, by the way. Don't watch the special. Don't watch the special. My gosh, it's freaking gross. And the special effects at the end, I will say the special effects at the end are pretty awesome.
Pretty good, yeah.
But the movie is genuinely
bad,
terrible,
and disturbing.
Okay, well, we can go on and on and review that again, but we don't need to. So, well, go see Nosferatu over Christmas.
Looking forward to it. Yeah.
Forget about your stocking. Don't worry about that. Drama with the family doesn't matter. Get a popcorn bucket. Go get a $25 popcorn bucket.
Yep.
And then I did find this out. You do get extra popcorn because I thought it was crazy that like the popcorn buckets are smaller than buying a large popcorn at the movie theater. Like the amount of popcorn that you would get.
Right.
They give you a large amount of popcorn, but they fill up your popcorn bucket and they give you the extra.
Oh.
Yeah. So you are buying, I mean, you are technically buying still a $25 tub of popcorn.
Sure.
Still. Cool. Anyway, go see that. It's going to be great.
Definitely.
And looking forward to the Turdies.
Yeah.
Next week. All right, buddy.
Chat to you later.
See you later. All right, listeners, that's a wrap for another episode of Horrors Yet Unseen. Thanks for joining us.
And we'd love for you to become part of the conversation. Just drop us a voicemail at 1-216-202-5495 or email us at horrorsyetonunseen@gmail.com. And keep up with the latest by following us on Instagram. That handle is at horrorsyetonunseenpod. We'd also appreciate it if you like and review our show on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Your support means a lot to us. See you next time.